DJ Dewey Rock on the track. DJ Dewey Rock on the track.
Welcome to Emerse Podcast 360. I'm your host, Maserati. We want to thank you for tuning in. No matter where you are in this metaverse world, we're going to continue to bring you the best quality content and formula that we know how. This is being brought to you by Involved Social and Civic Club, where we understand the social and civic needs of love, learn, live, and laugh. We are here live in the big state of Texas with the Little Elm High School point guard. It's none other than the legendary Strop City street baller, Kenny Gaines Sr. We're here with his son. We are honored to be here, and we want to thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscriptions on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and YouTube. Thus far, born July 12th, 2005, to Carrie Pryor. And as I said, legendary Strop City baller, Kenny Gaines Sr. He's the Little Elm High School senior 23, 6 foot point guard. He's averaging 12.8 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds a game. He was just featured in the Little Elm article where he was talking about the chemistry between he and his teammates. It's none other, and we're honored to be here. It's KJ. It's Kenny Gaines Jr. is in the building. How you doing today, KJ?
I'm doing good.
Hey, we're honored to have you, brother. And it's 2 times the flavor having your father on, one of our former guests, and he being a legend in Strop City, and you coming and following the process as we're going to talk about today that he's paid for you. Kind of share with the audience about how it's being growing up in the legacy of Kenny Gaines Sr., Jr. Tell us about it, Doc.
I just always been around basketball. You know, it's always been a part of my life. Since I was a kid, I used to watch basketball all day, so it kind of just stuck with me that my dad was good, but I don't think he was better than me. He can't do nothing with me. But, it's just the way I think, though. So it's always been a good teaching moment from him that I can get anytime I'm playing. He always is there to give me advice.
Right. Now, you know, I want to see that because you don't know how your daddy, bro, he left an impression on Strop City. Now, that's big for you saying that because I've never heard that come off the lips of anybody on this side of the country. I'm gonna have to check into that. I'm gonna have to ask G to record that like he do everything else. But kind of share with us about, you know, you started off with an injury to begin the year, your senior year, but you kind of shook back. Kind of share with the people how you and your dad rehabilitated that.
Yeah, I hurt my ankle in a scrimmage, and I was really just trying to prepare to be back as quick as I could for my teammates because I knew how big my role was. And so we spent a lot of days icing it at home and doing treatment at the school and stuff to get back right to where I could play as soon as possible. And I came back and I was playing. I felt normal, so that was the goal, and I feel like we accomplished it.
Right. You know, now being that it's your senior year, you know, we all have expectations, but as you spoke about in the article you shared about some of your expectations, kind of share with the people about how you're feeling now with your senior year and about what your potentials of making the playoffs with your high school team.
I feel like we got a lot of good guys around us, a lot of guys who play their roles greatly and execute when needed to. So I feel like we supposed to be one of those top 4 teams in that district. And we're aiming for first always. That's our mindset, and that's what it has to be. But I'm pretty confident that we'll achieve that, and that's our goal for the season. And it's my senior year, so I want to go off in the playoffs. I don't want to end off my last game, a district game.
Right. You know, and we all know that your dad has been working diligently with you since you were a little boy. kind of share with us about some of the things that you learned from your dad as you grew up.
Well, he played point guard, so he kind of instilled a lot of that in me. And he said one thing that he didn't have that he didn't have that as well that he incorporated into me is my IQ. And I've always been told that I have a pretty good IQ, and so I feel like he installed that in me with all the basketball that he put me through at such a young age. He just kind of taught me the game. So it kind of helps me be a better point guard on the court. I could see, how to get guys open, how to get guys in spots where they can knock shots down.
Right. And you spoke also about the chemistry that you and your teammates didn't build. How was it and how has that journey been with building that chemistry now that you guys are going into your senior year, most of you?
Well, my guy Chris, the other senior on the team, we're the only two returning players last year that started that are on the team. And me and him been playing together since 7th grade, so we kind of know how to look for each other and what each other likes to do on the court. And he's a strong part of our game. He's our big, so he controls a lot of the boards and a lot of what we do inside, and that allows me to work a lot on the outside.
Right. Mom, we know that you're a student of the game, and your dad has always been a student of the game. What are some of the pointers that you could give to younger guys that started out like you in your process of trying to be a true point guard?
When you're in the game, just do everything you can to fulfill your role. If you're supposed to be out there playing defense, do that. That's going to keep you on the court. If you're supposed to be out there looking for guys to score, try and do that. I say learn a lot about the pick and roll. That could create so much for you. You could either score yourself or you could potentially help somebody else score. And it's just always something great to know how to run.
Right. I have been following you for a minute since your dad has been working with you since you was a young man, and I see those handles have gotten better and better and better. And like you say, follow the process, trust the process, and that's what you've been doing. Kind of share with us about, what are some of the things that you look for when you're on the court, out of your teammates or from yourself when you're penetrating and trying to make plays for your teammates?
A lot about defense is trying to read guys and that's where they're going to be at. Guy's eyes tell you a lot about what he's thinking about and what he's looking at. And so typically I know my shooters, when they get enough space, it's not much a defender can do. So if I see a guy's eyes while I'm driving, I know it's going to my shooter. And if you don't help me, I'm getting to the rim. So it got to be a mindset that you got to have that. Once you get in the paint, you're looking for other guys, but you also got to be in attack mode yourself.
Right. And I want to know, what is your most profound aspect of your game? What is your strength that separates you from the rest of the guys here locally in Texas?
Yeah, my strength is leadership. I could control a game in aspects. I could slow my team down and kind of get guys going where we need them. And, I feel like that's a strong asset that we need on the team from me and my other senior Chris. It's just great leadership and getting the young guys through different experiences that they ain't never experienced before. A lot of these guys first year in varsity.
Right. Like I said, we know that you are a student of the game and your game has come so far. But when we come back, we want you to share with some of the things that you think you can, make better or become better at doing. And we also want to go into the life of you and how do you feel about sports today and what are some of the struggles you feel that other athletes may face during these times. We'll be right back with Strop City legend, street baller Kenny Gaines Sr. We'll be right back with Junior KJ, Little M High School point guard, after this intermission.
Immerse 360 Podcasts focuses on uplifting rural and urban areas and dire conditions with no solutions by shedding light on pioneers, athletes, and political figures who have made an impression on Northeast Louisiana and surrounding areas. Immerse understands the social and civic needs to love, learn, live, and laugh. So, tap in every Sunday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. on all social networks and platforms. Always remember, Immerse 360.
I need that one-on-one. When you're back against the wall, here I come. You can count on me. I need that one-on-one. When you only get one call, here I come. You can count on me. I need that one-on-one. When you're back against the wall, here I come. This is a message to my son. I need that one-on-one. When you only get one call, here I come.
Welcome back to Immerse Podcast 360. This portion of the show is being brought to you by Brachelle Family Insurance Agency and Stepping Stones LLC and 24/8 Chopping Wood with Coach K, Kenny Gaines. We're still here with KJ, Kenny Gaines Jr., Little Am High School point guard, and he's sharing the life of being KJ number 2 at Little Am High School. Brother, kind of share with us some of your weaknesses and things that you're working on to help your game become better.
Right now, I'm working on playing consistent. I'm trying to play the best of my ability every time I step on the court, and trying to have a productive game every time. And so I feel like that's something that I got to keep working on at all times. And another thing I think I need to work on is communication. I feel like a lot of times, a lot of the problems that we have in the game can simply be solved by talking about and what we can do to fix it.
Right. And you know, communication is key. And you said you need to work on communicate. Now, is it a struggle trying to be vocal? Do some guys feel intimidated when you try to be boisterous on the team?
You know, the way that I kind of came into the varsity aspect of high school, I was always the younger guy. So usually I'm out there playing with guys who typically they know things, and you know, it's usually not having to be said. And so when you're kind of the senior of the team, you kind of got to realize that the little guys, they learning from you. So you got to kind of be vocal and let them know, like, hey, this is what we got to do. This is unacceptable, and this is what needs to happen. You know,
go ahead, Go ahead and finish.
It's just a kind of trusting each other kind of thing. You got to build a brotherhood with your teammates.
Right, and you know that's leading to my next question. You know, we all want to get college scholarships. We all want to be recruited. What do you think of some of the struggles that the young high school athletes, in particular in basketball, are facing nowadays in the recruiting process?
I feel like a lot of guys care about what coaches think about them scoring. A lot of coaches, when they talk to me, it's about, like, how can you help me from the point guard aspect? How can you help my guys that are here? And because you're not going to go to any school your freshman year and just be the number one guy. So you're going to have to learn how to get on that court no matter what you got to do. And so I feel like a lot of guys, they struggle with just trying to present themselves as just a scorer.
Right. Now, I want to ask you this, KJ. Are you boisterous with your coach? Do you share your ideas and thoughts about how you see the game, process of the game, during the game? Do you share your ideas and what you think the flow of the game should go?
Yeah, my coach Barnett, he's been very great at letting us know that he's open to all suggestions. He wants to hear what we have to say about what we see in the game, and he just wants us to go out there and play comfortable. Not be nervous on the court. So it's always a discussion we can have during the game or even in practice and things we see.
Right. You know, I want to take you and let's talk about some of the social issues that we're dealing with basketball, and especially in the NBA. How do you feel about role models in the NBA? Do you think they are role models and people take it out of context and then don't allow them really to live their life as a normal person?
Well, I feel like at the end of the day, when they're kind of not on the TV screen and playing in those games, they're also normal people, and so they have their own opinions and their own thoughts like everybody else. So I feel like we try and look up to them as kind of perfect when they just they just kind of everyday people who just play basketball for a living, and this is kind of their job. So I kind of see that it's I don't have a problem with any NBA player because I feel like at the end of the day they just normal people.
Right, right. You know, with the Brittany Griner situation, and we had to negotiate and bring her back home. How do you feel about that? Do you think we did the right thing by releasing, giving them something for something, or do you think it took too long for them to bring her back home?
It's always great to kind of to get a American citizen back, and especially a African American one. And so I think I'm happy she's home. I don't think she should have. I think it was kind of messed up how the time they was giving her. And so I'm glad she's home, but at the same time, I don't know what they kind of had going on behind closed doors. So I'm just happy she's home.
Right, right. And you're a very intelligent young man. Like I said, I've been following you for quite some time. And how do you feel about the youth in today's society with all the crime and the various things that's going on? How do you kind of stay away from that, and what is your motto when it comes to that?
Growing up, you kind of you want to stay out the way. So I feel like trying to put yourself in positions where you won't have to worry about a lot of those things is very good and important to do. You kind of got to know like what situations are smart and what just isn't a smart situation for you. And so decision making has a lot to do with things, and being able to be like, nah, I'm cool on that. You just got to be able to know what's for you and what's not for you.
Right, right. Like staying out of the way and keeping a clean slate. What is it that keeps KJ focused? We know that your dad is there and he's been there and he's going to continue to be there, but what keeps KJ focused and determined to keep elevating his game?
You kind of have the right support system around you, the right people around you. I got a lot of friends who just stay in my ear and motivate me all day. My mom, who always helps me out, she's just always there for me. So it's just you gotta find things that help push you every day. You get to a point where some days you want to quit or whatever it is, you gotta find a reason to just stick through it.
Right. KJ, like we say, it's a lot of things going on in the world, but you're staying focused and you're staying on task. But we want to get into the mind of Kenny Gaines Jr. What school, if you could go to and receive a scholarship, what schools you got on your mind right now?
Of course, I'm open to any schools that have interest, but one school that I've always had a look at is ULM, and my uncle Lance's son, he also attended there, and I watched a couple of their games, and I like the atmosphere.
Right. And it's a tedious thing, the recruiting process, but you have to stay steadfast and keep working and keep working and keep working. Do you see today in your society a lack of work ethic in pursuing your dreams of playing at the next level with your youth, with your peers? Let's say with your peers, do you see that?
Not really. I just feel like it's some guys that just when they get in the gym, they're working on certain things that just aren't that they don't do in the game. It's a lot of guys that put in work consistently, but they're doing stuff that's just out of their orthodox for the game. It's just not them. And I feel like that plays a lot until when you're training, you gotta work on things that help you.
Right. So with that being said, what is the most thing that you are proud of yourself about? What's one thing that you're most proud of?
One thing I'm most proud of is just being able to be a vocal leader on the court. It's just about being like kind of the guy for your team. Like I get the team going when I'm playing bad, we all playing bad. So I got to play good every night so that we can all have a successful night.
Right. So what are some of the hobbies that KJ likes to do outside of basketball? What are some of your interests and the things that you like to do in your downtime?
I like to eat. I like to go out to eat. I love food. I like to hang out with my friends that go to my school. And I like to play video games, kind of like what I was doing before this interview.
Right. So you pretty much just laid back and kind of stay to yourself. Do you get a chance to watch a lot of NBA basketball?
I tend to watch some games. I like to watch a lot of college basketball a lot more often. I've been really locked into that, and so when I can catch an NBA game, I try to. But I really like catching college games.
Right. Well, who's your favorite college team? Who you rooting for to go to the Final Four?
I like Arkansas. I don't know if they're gonna make it all the way to the Final Four, but I'm kind of rooting for them. I like the young guys that they got over there.
So what's your favorite offense that you like to run, being a point guard? What set you like the most?
I love getting a pick and ball to the pick and roll ball screen action. I feel like it's just so many ways that I can get the team going out of that.
Right. We're going to take another intermission, and when we come back, we want you to share with the people about, some of the struggles that you may have throughout your career and some of the advice you would give to other guys, about, trying times and how you overcame them and how you steady moving forward and pressing forward when we come after this intermission. We'll be right back with KJ Jr., Kenny Gaines Sr., legendary Strop City street baller, the son of the future. We'll be right back after this intermission. Welcome back. This portion of the show is being brought to you by Northeast Louisiana LLC and Patrick Stewart LLC. Shout out to Put. We're still here with KJ Jr., Kenny Gaines Jr., the son of legendary Strop City street baller Kenny Gaines Sr. When we left, we was talking about some of the struggles and trying times that we go through as athletes. What are some of the struggles that you had to overcome through your career, KJ?
I feel like at a young age, I was kind of competing for varsity minute, and I feel like that was kind of a struggle for me to kind of see, like, these guys are just older than me, they're just bigger than me, so I kind of got to figure out what I could do to get on the court, and it was kind of a mental struggle for me because in practice every day you're trying to go as hard as you can to get noticed, and so you just got to tell yourself, if I keep going, I'm going to get looked at, I'm going to get put in the game.
Right. And we all have things that we have to overcome, and sometimes we don't get those expectations, as people say, that we think we ought to. But in the process, that you've been believing the process and listening to your dad and steady moving forward, how do you feel about your senior year and your prospect ability of potentially getting a scholarship?
I feel like right now I'm just taking it kind of one game at a time, focused on winning the next game that we have, and trying to finish the season with as few losses as I can. Right.
Now, you said earlier, and I want to get back to this, that you think your dad didn't have anything on you. Now we know he's a Kobe fanatic. He's Kobe for real. Live and die. Who is your favorite NBA player?
My favorite NBA player would probably be Kyrie Irving. That was kind of who I always watched growing up, kind of when he was playing with the Cavaliers or before LeBron got there. And so he's kind of just always stuck there as my favorite player.
What you like about Kyrie so much? We know the handles. You got the handles, and those handles you have, man. You do some things with that basketball. Being a lefty, that's eye-pleasing, man. What you like about Kyrie so much?
I like Kyrie Irving's footwork. I like how he can kind of score on all three levels of the court. He can score on you in the post. He can drive it and finish with a crazy layup. I feel like it's impossible to stop him, and his feet just move like out of this world. So that's kind of my favorite things about Kyrie.
No, being that Kyrie is your favorite player, man, how do you feel about how the press and the media that the criticism he's getting in the media? Man, how do you feel about how Kyrie's being treated?
Well, Kyrie has his own beliefs, and kind of feel like they kind of doing him how they did Muhammad Ali when he was boxing, and I just kind of feel like people looking at him a kind of different way now, and to me, I just like like how he doesn't let the press determine how he feels. No matter what, he always gonna stick with how he feels, how he believes.
Right, is that kind of your character too, KJ? You stand on what you believe in.
Yeah, I think he's smart to his own mind. He however he feels, that's how you're not gonna change that by having your own opinion. That's just your opinion, man.
Right. You know, and things about it, like we say, being an athlete and being an athlete, period, especially a professional athlete, and you begin to put in the spotlight, we have to tread on thin lines nowadays with things that we say and think how we address things. And you do pretty good in interviews, man. I want people to check out your article, check out his link and his Facebook post and on Instagram when he was featured in the Lil M journal here locally in Texas. But you're a remarkable young man, and we have been watching, and we watch you trust the process, and you've been following the process as you've been ordained to do. Before we let you go, KJ, we want you to share with your peers some last words on how you feeling about you guys in 2023.
I feel like we have a great class, and so it's a lot of ball players in this area that could go in this class. So I feel like we got some of the best in the nation.
Right. You know, KJ and bro, we appreciate you stopping through. We know it's been a long week for you. You got games coming up next week, and we know you're pushing to keep that average going up higher and higher. 12.8 points a game, 5 assists and 3 rebounds, y'all. That's KJ Kenny Gaines Jr. at his best. Hey, man, we're going to let you get out of here, bro, and we appreciate you stopping through. If anything we can do here for you at eMerge 360, bro, don't hesitate. Hit us up, and we're a phone call away.
Of course, appreciate it.
Hey, man, is your dad sitting around? Let me get one last word from him. I want him to give a shout-out to Strop. We want to always love to hear from your dad.
Hey, how's it going, brother?
KJ, how you doing, bro, man? You got a jewel right there, man. He interview ready, bro.
Good young man, man. I'm proud of him.
Right, bro. Just kind of share with the people about how you feeling about your boy going into his senior year.
I'm really more surprised. I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised that he's doing the things that he's doing and having the success that he's having. Going into the season, his previous high school coach left the program to pursue, other opportunities. And so we had a new coach coming into his senior year. But they've bonded well, man. They understand each other, and he's getting the best out of him. And I'm just happy that all the work that he's put in over the last 12, 13 years, he's getting the opportunity to display that. and be the leader, of the team. So everything that he's handling, how he's handling it, how he's continuing to get better, studying his craft, watching film, personal workouts, those things, he's still grinding to, get better.
Right. And bro, I just wanted to get you on and give a shout out to Strop City, man. We always love to have Kenny G, man. I know you was one of the first guests that got this thing started, man. And here we are back with Junior, and that just show you how the spirit is working and how this thing is turning out fully 360.
Yes, sir. And I appreciate the opportunity. For him to have a platform to speak, introduce himself to people that may not know of him.
Right. Anytime.
We appreciate this opportunity.
Already, bro. We gonna let y'all finish enjoying y'all Sunday, man. We just glad that KJ could stop through, man, on short notice and have you right there behind him, bro. It's a beautiful thing, bro. And if nobody ever tell you, bro, I want to tell you here, Immerse, man, we proud of you, G. You the epitome of what a father should be when you helping your child pursue their dreams, bro.
Thank you for those kind words.
Strop City forever, man. We gonna get out of here.
Strop City forever.
Hey, I'm your host, Maserati. We want to thank KJ, Kenny James Jr., and his dad once again for stopping through. It's KJ number 2, Lil M High School point guard. Until next time, I'm your host, Maserati. This is being brought to you by Involved Social and Civic Club, where we understand the social and civic needs of love, learn, live, and laugh. Y'all get involved. Y'all stay encouraged. And most of all, y'all stay immersed. We out of this thing.
Disappointed that I ain't changed my hope. I've been telling my story, took me as a joke. Sat down in my car and wrote this in my notes. I can't wait for the future. Think I'm finna blow. Man, I'm finna ball. Little nigga with heart, they respected my cause. You ain't get the picture, just look on the wall. Don't care about the fame, just put me in that hall. Thankful for the love, if it come with the hate. I know that you watching, that's giving me faith. Energy ain't too good, you can stay out the way. I'm cool being distant, like 6 feet of space. I climb to the top, and I swear it get lonely. Really miss my money, sliding with my homie. Or playing with Junior, he asked for my phone. He say MVP, can you please play your song? I'm gonna make you proud so you smile at your baby. The vision got clear, so I'm dream chasing daily. Don't care about the time, just don't like the waste. Can't go to the bottom, I can't hit the pavement. I can't let you start. No, I got a champion, I shine like a star. I make it look easy, I feel like I'm Charles. I ain't for the sky, cause my mama had faith and my whole family knew that she had birth to star. I got in the game and I wasn't looking back, man. I had to go dumb and I feel like Drake Carr. I did used to hoop and I really had game. I still can't believe that I shine with these bars. I knew I could make it, big bro said you different, just do what you do. You gon' take it far. I told him the facts and whatever I do, just know if I do it, I gotta go hard.